Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade J.J. Williams, thanking you for coming back and joining me here once again in the theater. And as you can see, the theater has changed slightly. As Andy Williams is fond of saying, it's the most wonderful time of the year. And thankfully, there is no shortage of Christmas movies every year, thanks to Netflix, as well as the Lifetime and Hallmark channels. So I kind of figured, was kicking around my head, sort of a soft reopening here for Renegades Reviews. I would review some Christmas movies. I have a few that I've got on the docket that I'll be reviewing for you over the next few weeks. And I'd say it's about 50-50 as far as old and new movies. And trust me, old is a relative term. The oldest film I think I'm going to review is either 2015 or 2018. Barely 10 years old. All the others are being released this year, with the exception of a couple. They're more or less Netflix originals. There's a few of them that are for free on Amazon Prime. A couple I got on Vudu, which has now been branded Fandango at Home. And I might even get to sneak a theatrical film that was released this year, if funds permit, to all the Christmas cheer. But enough about that. Let's get started. Today's film is the first of the 2024 releases that I'll be covering, directed by Rusty Cundiff and written by Molly Haldeman and Camilla Rubis. Released as a Netflix original on November 6th, today's film is called Meet Me Next Christmas, and the film stars Christina Milian, Davale Ellis, Tamika Tafari, Kofi Siriboe, Teresa Tova, Kaylin Allen, Priyanka, and Pentatonics, Mitch Grassi, Scott Hoying, Kristen Maldonado, Kevin Olusala, and Matt Solly. And I hope I pronounced all your names right. Our movie opens in an airport as our main character, Layla, played by Christina Milian, is trying to get home for Christmas. Unfortunately, flights are being canceled and delayed left and right due to inclement weather. So she goes to the VIP lounge in order to wait for her flight to be called. While in the lounge, she bumps into a man who is also rushing home for the holidays before sitting down and conversating with a different handsome man named James, played by Kofi Siriboe. Now, while awaiting their flights, the two begin to learn about each other and they start to form a connection. Layla even proceeds to introduce James to her favorite music group, Pentatonix, by playing one of their Christmas songs for him. Could be wrong, I believe it was their rendition of This Christmas. James's flight gets called and he gets ready to leave, but before he parts, they make an agreement with each other. If for any reason they end up single by the following Christmas, they will meet at the annual Pentatonix concert. Layla agrees to the terms, but she feels that since she's madly in love with her current boyfriend, it won't matter. Fast forward 1 year, and a few days before Christmas, Layla returns to her home early from work one day to find her boyfriend cheating on her. She throws him and the woman out of her house and ends their relationship right there on the spot. Layla and her friend Roxy hang out, and Roxy mentions Airport James just kind of casually, and the arrangement that he and Layla made with him the year prior. Layla decides to get tickets to the Pentatonix show, but she discovers that because she waited so long, the show is sold out. However, while perusing the venue's website, Layla is astonished to see a picture of James on there, buying tickets to the Pentatonix show. Layla and Roxy take this as a sign from the universe, and they proceed to look into any means necessary in order to find Layla a ticket to the show. Layla is determined, though, so she hires a company to try to help her try and get tickets, despite them technically being sold out wherever they go. She ends up being assigned to the concierge, Teddy, played by Davale Ellis, who, after showing up to work that day, is told that he is going to be fired if he's not successful. Layla is doubtful that he can help, and he doesn't seem too confident in himself. But these are desperate times for them both, so they're going to try to make it work no matter what. The two of them go out into the world on a hunt for the tickets. First, they try to find his regular ticket guy, but his kiosk is closed. Then Teddy gets into a bar fight with a guy who claims that he can get them tickets, but it's really a scam artist, attempting to sell a ticket from the prior year's concert. Next up is a weird rich couple that promises them a ticket if they can get a Chanel bag, which they fail at due to a pity story told to Layla by a father and son in line. During the excursion, Teddy begins to fall for Layla. And all while this is going on, Teddy can't place where he knows her from, but he knows he's recognized her for somewhere. Also, Teddy is direct messaging the Pentatonix Instagram, trying anything he can do. And they're all gathering around a table to debate about these two love lives. After a while, they begin to suspect that the two like each other, but they aren't acting on their impulses. The next mission is a lip sync competition, but that, of course, is a bust as well. While rehearsing for the competition with Teddy's cousin, Jordy, played by Kaylin Allen, Teddy reveals that he worked at a restaurant prior to becoming a concierge. Layla begins to acknowledge her feelings for Teddy, even going as far as to kiss him on stage after their lip sync performance. The ticket is eventually secured through Pentatonix themselves, and everything seems to work out for Layla. However, at the concert, Teddy goes dressed as Santa and replaces the concert's Santa as the group is trying to give him the chance to confess his love to Layla in front of everyone. Outside of the show, Layla runs into James and tells him that they are not meant to be together. And then she runs off looking for Teddy. Right after she leaves, James's girlfriend shows up and he kisses her. But as Teddy gets cold feet confessing, Layla isn't even in the room. And when she hears him on stage professing his love, she bursts past the usher, who declares that he's not paid enough for this, accepts Teddy's confession, and our movie comes to its close. I will say this about the film. It's a Christmas film. So certain things get thrown out of the window for me when it comes to Christmas movies. They're also formulaic, even more so than a traditional rom-com. For me, when it comes to Christmas movies, it comes down to one simple thing. Was I entertained? The plots of Christmas movies, if we're being honest with ourselves, are often void of depth because they want you to believe in the impossible. They want you to believe in the spirit of Christmas and the Christmas miracle, which, for the record, I do. In the rare cases where a Christmas movie script does possess depth, you've found a true gem. Unfortunately, this film does not possess that kind of depth, but that doesn't prevent it from being an enjoyable film. I felt like there was a solid chemistry here between Teddy and Layla, which made you want to root for them. As good as the chemistry was with Layla and James in the airport, it seemed too love at first sight, which is definitely a thing. I don't want to discourage love at first sight. However, the time that was spent between Teddy and Layla just made it seem like they were going to end up being a better fit together. When it comes to my rating for this film, I give it a solid 3.5 stars out of 5. Tell me, what do you guys think of Meet Me Next Christmas? Have you seen it yet? It's on Netflix. If you have Netflix, watch it. Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that discourse that I'm always trying to engage you, my loyal viewers, in. Until next time, when we return to the theater for another brand new episode of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I have been your host, the Renegade J.J. Williams, thanking you for tuning in, and I will catch you all next time.